안녕하세요. My name is Ren.
And I'm Nan. And welcome to our first ever weekly video.
Yay! Yeah. Monse! So today we're going to be talking about something that is very close to our hearts in a way. It's because we've both experienced this and we just want to know if you guys have. Today we're going to be talking about not judging other K-pop fans. You know, everyone has their own different tastes and their own different, interests. Not some of them like to be on top of everything. Other people don't like to be on top of everything. Everyone is different, and you should accept everyone for their differences and not focus on what they're lacking.
So, for an example, especially from experience that I have had, people say things to me. I know I've said it before, but I'm still like a baby when it comes to K-pop. So I've had people tell me, "Oh, you're not a true K-pop fan, or you're not a true K-drama fan, or you can't enjoy this and enjoy that unless you have watched like a certain group or a certain other drama or certain other something." So it wasn't like they were basically saying that my love for K-pop isn't real, and it really hurt on the inside because K-pop is one of the things I have come to loving. Like, it's gotten to the point where I actually want to learn Korean and things like that. So for someone to tell me that I'm not a true K-pop fan or things, it just really, really hurt.
Yeah. I've experienced the same thing. Like, sometimes when I first got into K-pop, I started joining a lot of random Facebook groups, and a lot of the people commented, "Oh, if you don't have their latest CD, you're not a true SHINee fan. If you don't have SHINee's latest CD," and that kind of hurt because I got into K-pop because of Super Junior and SHINee. So SHINee played a big influence in my K-pop life, and for someone to tell me that I am not a true SHINee fan, I'm not a shawl unless I had their CDs, that kind of hurt me because they don't know my situation. I don't have the money or the luxury to spend the money on K-pop stuff, merch, even though I would love to have K-pop merch.
Yes.
It's a struggle, it's an expense, and there are other things that we need to focus on first before purchasing a K-pop item. So we just really want to talk about that in this video. Don't judge a person's bias or their bias group or their ultimate bias. Do not judge any of that because you will cause problems among the fandoms. I know that when BTS's Run was coming out and they're leaking the teasers, Big Bang fans were saying that Jimin was copying G-Dragon's style, and that there's that scene in Run where they're driving through the tunnel and they're harassing the cars, and that's the same tunnel, that Big Bang used in Bang Bang Bang, but it's a tunnel, obviously, there's only a limited amount of spaces in Korea where a K-pop group can film their music videos, so it's kind of chill. Because I've seen another music video that's not Big Bang, that's not BTS, who used that tunnel, and it's no one's bashing on them saying oh, they copied Big Bang or they copied BTS, because it's just a tunnel. If you don't like the group, okay, you should just keep it to yourself. You don't have to start a fight, because I know a lot, even recently on Twitter, I was scrolling through Twitter and they were saying that I think it was at the Seoul Music Awards, that the camera focused on this one area and it was just pitch black, and everyone was saying that the XOLs and some other group name that I can't think of, that they're so rude, that they should have had their lights on for BTS and blah blah blah, and the truth was that
the audience,
it was pitch black. So the Black Ocean?
Yeah.
I don't even think they were performing. I think it was just, they're presenting an award or something. And it was just black. The cameraman focused on a really bad part, and it was just pitch black, and everyone was blaming XOLs and other fandom, BTS like armies are like blaming other fandoms and stuff, and or like other like and like some people were trying to clear it up and saying that that wasn't it, like that there was a whole section to their left or right that had just like a bright shining like army bombs everywhere, and like they were just trying to spread rumors, and like, you know, I don't understand why people gotta do that for, you know, like we're a fandom, we like all like K-pop, like if you don't like that group, okay, you know what, we don't judge,
You know,
but you guys should just be
more supportive.
maybe not more supportive, but you guys shouldn't pick fights over little things. I really just think that you guys should, like, not you guys, but like in general, K-pop fans should just learn how to just, you know, watch things and not contribute to tension, and they should just, you know, let things go more easily, because in the end, you know, the music video was already shot, the music video awards already aired, like, just let it go. Like, why are you going to create this tension and then end up making the group themselves feel bad for making that music video, for just standing on stage? It all has like an end point, and it all goes to the groups, and it's not the right thing to do. And yeah, I just don't want K-pop idols to think that we're constantly fighting with each other when we should be a family, you know. Shaws are a family, armies are a family, everyone has their own little family, but we're one big family all together, and, you know, we should stop the whole tensionness and just be happy, you know.
So, like, some advice for if you have another, like, friend who's into K-pop and things like that. Don't be like, oh my god, you haven't watched, I don't know, GOT7's if you do music video, like, how can you have not watched that? You cannot be a true fan of, like, JYP or like the whole company or something like that if you have not watched this video. Like that's like a no. Yeah, don't do that, because that has happened to me before and it doesn't feel nice. So what I would suggest is be like, oh, you haven't watched it? I think you should watch it. Like Ren does that with me. She's like, you haven't watched it? You should watch it. It's a really good video. You know, like JB does this and that, and it just makes me feel like, oh, and then in my mind I'll go, oh, all right, I'll check it out, you know, give it a look, see what's going on. And I think it's just more of like that positive, what is it called? Positive reinforcement instead of that negativity that makes the other person feel bad for not being on, I guess, the same level as, you know, you are, or whoever it is. So that's like one advice would be.
Another thing is that the amount of merch you have, the amount of CDs, the amount of posters, the amount of like t-shirts or anything K-pop related that you have does not equal your love for K-pop. Like it doesn't. You have certain stuff that's great. Like I'm actually really happy that you have those things.
That you were able to purchase.
Yes, because you know that means you're supporting your group, but that doesn't mean that you're a better K-pop fan than another person just because they don't have that stuff. Like they're unable to, for like whatever reasons, to support that group, but you can't just like flaunt your stuff and like in a kind of rude way. You know, don't tell a person that their merch equates to their support and their love for a K-pop group, because you don't know the reasons why they can't have those things.
So like a positive way to take that is if you do end up showing like your merch to a friend, just be like, yeah, I got it for this much. If you maybe along the line get enough money to buy it, I'll give you the website and you know you can use it to get your own. But also, like, I know a lot of people have problems with like sharing and things like that, but if you're like really close with the person, maybe you can share, or you both can enjoy it together instead of just saying, nope, it's mine, I got this, it makes me more higher than you and things like that. So it's what we're trying to basically say is positivity is what we would like to see and what we would want, because we don't want anybody to feel left out or feel bad about not being able to be where everybody else is, and like, you know, nobody likes to be left out of anything. A third type of advice is when it comes to like groups and like individual, like knowing each member's name. Personally, me, I have a hard time knowing and saying names. I don't know why. I just do. Like, names are very hard for me to like say and like write and things like that. And so obviously with groups in a different language, I'm gonna have a problem learning everybody's individual names. If you know everybody's individual names, great. I wish that I could do that, but I can't, and it's like a slow learning process. So another thing that happened with me was when a group came out. I can't even remember the group, but I do remember the situation. And the person I was with was like, "You don't know their names?" And it's like, no, I just know the songs that they have. And then they were like, "Oh, but you have to know their names if you're gonna listen to their music, and you know, you're gonna do this and that." And then it just made me feel, again, very bad, because, you know, I'm still a baby, so doing all those things for the first time is really hard for me. And I don't know if you've had an experience with that.
No, because I'm on the other scale of the spectrum. I kind of learn names pretty quickly. It's just that I can't associate the faces that well. So like, I'll accidentally call someone like say an EXO, because EXO is like one of the biggest groups I've seen. Like, I remember seeing, and I think I got Chanyeol and Sehun confused. No, it was Luhan and Sehun. I kept getting them confused at first, and I think I called Luhan Sehun. And then a friend of mine was just like, that's Luhan, like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I'm sorry.
I'm still learning.
I'm having trouble just associating the faces right now. Like, I'll get it, like, when I, you know, go more into them, because I was really into them. So I started doing a whole bunch of, like, research into, like, their music and their entertainment and stuff like that. And, yeah, I ended up learning their names, but, you know, it takes time.
So a positive way to take it is, if someone gets a name wrong or something like that, don't, like, you know, like, try to kill them. Yeah. Just be like, "Oh, that's so and so," and like, give them like little hints about that person, so maybe next time they won't make that mistake in naming the person the wrong name. And it's just things like that. It's just helping each other get into groups and learning to love, you know, this type of music.
So even if you do encounter those people who try to judge you and put you down because you don't have all the merch, you don't have any posters, you don't have their CDs, you don't know everything about them, that's just ignore them. You know, maybe they don't know every group either. Maybe they're experiencing someone telling them that, so they just feel the urge to do it back, just kind of get even in a way. Just don't pay attention to that kind of stuff, because in the end, it's only going to hurt you, and you're not going to feel better putting someone else down. So, yeah, you just have to ignore them, because, you know, there are other people in the K-pop community that will accept you for, you know, who you are, even whether you're BTS trash or your bias is Sungyu from Infinite. Like, it doesn't matter, you know. So, I really think that we should learn how to overlook that and just be happy that we have a K-pop friend, you know?
Even though this video may have been maybe all over the place and things like that, we really do hope that you got the message that we were trying to send, and you understood the experiences that we've had, and hope that, you know, we hope that you haven't gone through it, but if you have, you know, what to look at it as in a different way, so that way it doesn't either happen again, or if it doesn't, so that way you don't do it to anybody else. But yeah, we really hope that you guys liked this video. This was our very first week video.
We actually had a lot of fun trying to come up with things to say in this video, because it is something that we felt that it was really important to talk about, and we had a lot of fun recording, even though we made some mistakes along the way. Yeah. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and can you please subscribe to our channel?
Bing, bing.
If you have any similar experiences, leave it down in the comment section down below, and we'll love to read about it and just, you know, give you positive feedback.
Also, if there's a video or a topic or anything that you guys want to do, please request it in the down bar below, maybe in the comment section below. Maybe we'll do a video about what you want us to talk about and things like that. And yeah.
Alright. Thank you. Annyeong!
Bye-bye!